Well, it is all over at Loftus Stadium. Mamelodi Sundowns 2, Al Hilal 2. It ends in a very sad way for Mamelodi Sundowns fans as they sing after the match that they won. Pito! Pito! It's a good one for Al Hilal because they take point away from home. This is my views, my expressions. Please do subscribe, share, we are here and sikuphathele okungaphathwa abaningi. Elamigama usiboniso Sizo wakamnikazi Sibongo, and I'm not by myself. I'm pet some side posts.
Compliments of the new season. Good evening, guys, and thank you for joining us and continuing to support us. This is a review of a Sundowns versus Al Hilal Omdurman. Loftus First Stadium, match day 3, a share of spoils between the two sides, and a very good game in a perspective of a football coach, and not so much of a good game in a perspective of a Sundowns supporter.
Well, was it a good game at the perspective of Sundowns coach?
Oh, no, in a perspective of a football coach, of who's neutral, who's neither of the two sides. There's a lot of lessons to be taken from this game.
Really? Was this a good game?
As a coach, yeah.
A very boring game. Like on both sides, this game was didn't give us anything.
I don't think.
How is this a good game?
I don't think, in a perspective of a football coach, it was a boring game, because you saw an Al Hilal imposing themselves in their own style, and we saw a Sundowns failing to do what they normally do when they face a team that tries to employ so much long balls as Al Hilal did. And someone who's maybe going to be playing against Sundowns anytime soon, you ask yourself, should I employ the same tactic? How are they going to respond? So those type of things and many other small details in and around the game, I think that makes me to conclude that it was a good game for a coach, who is a football coach, and then maybe an analyst. Not so much of a good game for Mamelodi Sundowns, seeing your team playing at home in front of a home crowd, failing to do what they normally do when they're playing against a team that comes with the attitude of Al Hilal as they did today.
We come to this game, the hopes are very high, people are happy, they saw a different lineup midweek, we saw people like Mkoena, we saw the young Sibia taking the man of the match, but when we come to today's lineup, Mkoena is not there, Sibia was there but substituted, and many confusion as to why is he substituted. Like, how did you make of today's game?
Yeah, I think it was nothing surprising, really. I'm surprised when you say people are happy. I don't know which people are you referring to, but I don't know.
Well, they are not happy today, but they were happy midweek.
Well, they were happy with the results against who? Opit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there were many positives from an Opit game, but one factor that I mentioned just before the end of last year, one player, Mkoena, he can come today, win a man of the match, maybe win a cup final for you, being coached by Cardoso. Next game, expect him in the stand or expect him in the bench. I don't think there's any consistent and fair review on that particular football player. We are far maybe makwenzekile ukuthi siyakhumbula ukuthi there's a player like Mkoena angene izinto enzayo. He plays a Sundowns game. He holds a Sundowns DNA, but you know very well ukuthi ucoach akamthatha serious for his own reasons that we don't know. A boy like Cardoso, he introduced himself on Tuesday against Opit. He comes on today, another solid performance, a lot of lessons to be taken, but I believe he had a solid game compared to his substitute Fawaz. Yeah, and I was very surprised to see Tato being taken out. Goes on to show Sundowns is coached by someone who crames. Yeah, planning game. He doesn't read what is happening in the game. He knows exactly what's on this 60 minutes. I'm taking out the particular player, irrespective of the performance and the complexion of the game. You take out Tatos Bia, who was present in both flanks, defensively and attacking, giving Sundowns a lot of advantage going forward, trying to give space for our player Njengobo Matthews and Abu Santos up front, adding numbers up front and also defending at the back. He's very young. You can still coach him, but you just take him out just because you can. Just because you can. Flex.
But let us go to the game. The first goal, Al Hilal managed to score the opening away from home. What was the issue there? Where did the Sundowns miss it?
I think it was a counter attack. A normal enemy for Mamelodi Sundowns. Sundowns had an advantage. I think they hit a corner, and then they almost scored. There's a guy who kicked the ball in and around 4 Sundowns players, whom I believe they had the advantage around the box. And Sundowns is out of shape. Williams is only left with his full backs. Ukuliso Mtau is more up front, and our players had to run to try and cover. And Al Hilal were lucky to get that deflection from an attempted cross, and then it goes to his side, Lilaga right. Tatos Bia comes in late, coming in from his left hand side to try and block that ball, and then it goes in. It's a counter attack.
Yeah.
Catching Sundowns out of shape.
Mamelodi Sundowns managed to get a goal by equalizer through Salas, and then now the hopes are up and back. Sundowns, there's a possibility of winning the game, and for sure comes Mokoena with a screamer of a goal. After that, it's 2-1. You're like, just close this thing. We take 3 points and it's done. But unfortunately, Al Hilal come back and scores. It's 2-2.
We don't really employ that attitude at Sundowns. Maybe sebengayizama Cardoso manje because he's got the support. But I've realized each time Sundowns take advantage, ingqondo kaCardoso iyafreeza mfethu. Yabo, iyafreeza. You are not sure even yourself watching what you are going to win this game if Sundowns takes the advantage. And today was not different. After that Mokoena goal, a solid shot, and so with so much effort. The player he could tell, but the instructions from the bench, they are not so convincing on how to take the game forward. You are leading 2-1, you are playing at home. Try and manage the game, man. Hold the ball around and try to equal start. Make sure you show that intention. Don't just play like just because it's 90 minutes or when you're. If you do that, my opponent are rating you. They are going to try and overturn the game. Then you take out a player like Utato just because you can. He's young. And then you put in.
You don't sound too happy about this stuff.
I'm not happy. I have to say
it. At that time you're talking about it.
I'm not happy. There's no reason to take out Utato. For why? For what good reason you're taking Utato?
You have your strikers, you have your Renas, you have your Shalulile, but we see on the starting lineup Motiba. We had this discussion with Umpela in the midweek when Motiba played and Bam substitutes and then Bafaga Ulion on the second half. So the question was, what is Motiba giving Mamelodi Sundowns? Before you answer this question, this is not the question to discredit the player, but football fans are trying to understand what is coach trying to do with Motiba. Is it a hold-up player? Is it a runner? Do you put the ball forward for him to run? What is his key role on Mamelodi Sundowns as a striker?
I think he wants, from Motiba, is not so much of a mobile player. Ongathi uzokwenza amabhola ahambe combine no 10 namawinga yabo. He's not someone owenza njalo. I think he's someone who's going to poach amabhola because he doesn't have a good first touch. And although in amandla, but when you don't have a first touch, lose a ball. Sometimes you lose and we hambela wet. And once you lose a phambili, wazi ukuthi abantu bonke they are out of position because ama full backs akho they are hacking the line. Ama wingers akho are attacking in, and when you lose the ball, the team is out of shape. So Umtiba, I think coach ufuna someone also push the ball boxing at some quarter goal. But in that situation, uzophasela ubani uMatthews he hardly pass amabhola agrand inside the box. Umuntu ozazama ukudlala amabhola but naye wadlala from far is uNuno Santos, but he plays them from far. Okumele ukuthi kube khona umuntu ozokwazi awadlale la in between ama-wingers ethu, and so uma ngabe kungenzakala lokho uzogcina ungalibona ibhola elizofika kuMothiba. Being his quality as he is, I don't believe he's better than uReynolds noma uShalulile, but also ihanga uzoba nayo ukuthi ibhola lifike.
So we only saw 2 shots on target for Al Hilal, and they both resulted into a goal. What does this mean for our South Africa's number 1? So every shot that is taken toward the pole, it's a goal.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough because my opponent, I think by trainer, they know they won't have a lot of ball against Sundowns, but they know what's my figure boxing, what to do. And so Williams will have to try and really look into himself and his back line, who's as much as organized, more especially knowing what he plays for a team that is more of that is supposed to be a pole position based team. Yeah. So he needs to make sure we has review of it. Because it's not funny every time a ball boxing it's a goal.
When last did you see a save from Williams and say, hey?
Well, it's only the start of the year, which is just the second game.
Just the second. Oh, we saw Williams throughout AFCON.
I don't know.
But you don't want to say this. I don't know why my friends in Mamelodi Sundowns. I'm a fool, no Williams. But when the Pele was a goalkeeper, it's not just to command the game where we say he is good at, but you must also perform your role. It can't be any shot, it's a goal.
Yeah, it's not funny, so I go sharp. And the job I showed you, as no amakwaba. I don't know whether he needs a compensation. No musazokwazi avuke yena njoba kubuka ngathi yena umuntu okhona nje as a goalkeeper. But one of the two kumele kwenzakala ukuthi azama improve, or either Sundowns gets another top keeper ozokwazi ukuthi azoba i-compensation serious against him.
But khona keeper abaningi ngabi laphana sekhona Onyango.
Those are squad players.
What do you mean squad players?
Peters into yakhe.
Goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper. Let's not go there first.
Goalkeeper.
Let's not go there.
But 4 goalkeepers kuMamelodi Sundowns.
No, ungasho ukuthi Onyango naye usehlaliswe inkani nje as a goalkeeper. I don't think uhlamba kanayo plan ukuthi uzokuzana after this, but laba abanye first.
Wow, so disrespectful.
No, it's not. It's not. So Kundenza knows when to leave the podium. Onyango did almost everything. He's greatest Sundowns goalkeeper.
He has won all the cups in
Africa. But the Kundenza knows you can't be staying uzoba no 40 ekubeni ungadlali. Well, goalkeepers siyazi abagugu, but at least go to those years as still a first choice. Unlike ukuvela uhlale nje ebhenjini ufike ngalolo langa uyazi ukuthi uzophuma. And then Jody, I mean, Peters is a totally different story. Angiyazi contract yakhe but it must be very special.
On what sense? What do you mean?
Yeah?
What do you mean?
I mean, this guy is close to 7 years. I mean, he's close to 10 years now if he gets Sundowns. Yeah, and he's never done anything for his team.
What do you mean? He plays sometimes.
Sometimes. You've just answered me.
But let us go to now the border of contention. We saw so many people singing Pito, Pito, Pito at the end of the game. Cardoso, Cardoso, Cardoso. What is your take on Cardoso? You once said, let's walk along, let's walk along. Are you still walking along? Are you still happy walking along?
Yeah, when I say walk along, it's because I respect the decision in hierarchy Sundowns.
What is innocent yakho?
No, Cardoso never deserved to call Sundowns. What positive has come from Cardoso? Who has improved?
Playing finally CAF Champions League?
That was a fluke. That was a fluke. I can take you. Yeah, I can take you through my games that I believe Sundowns never deserved to win them.
And winning the league?
winning the league after how many games he joined? After half season. He joined in December. It was almost 15, 16 games then.
Top performance in the Club World Cup.
And then has he played the very same ball after the Club World Cup? Why not?
What would you like to see happening with Sundowns?
Cardoso is his own home in Portugal. He needs to go back home, and Sundowns needs to go and get a new coach. We've seen better coaches at Sundowns. Some never won any cups, but we saw the efforts. We saw the impact of their coaching.
Couldn't it be there's also the management now in Sandla, your Flemingberg and whatnot?
I don't want to name bomb, but was banasovela isandla because bona bam-appoint, but nabo kumele bebe nokwamakhwapha manje, and they may be management, but ama-supporters, I think they are the first custodians of the team, and i-management lo Flemingberg lo wabafica bekhona abalandeli and ohamba bekhona asisho ukuthi bathathe inqumo ngokucabanga kwabalandeli, but nabo kumele bebuye bebona ukuthi they are overdoing it now. Baxoshwe ukosha bebedlala kahle kabi ku-Sundowns, who were playing very good football and promising football. You were very hungry to go and watch Sundowns during those tenures. Manje uhlezi wazi ukuthi hayi so bona 90 minutes, so bona 90 minutes, and it's so happy because the same guy who's coaching has so much support that the other guys didn't have. You would have a coach who would win 10 games, but when he talks about Sundowns, you could see on his face, this guy is going through a lot behind the scenes. And Cardoso goes to a press conference, he's oozing with confidence after a terrible performance from Sundowns, and it goes to show maybe there's something abamtshela yona ku-boardroom esingayazi, but the Sundowns that we are watching is because we may happen to be favoring it, or siseyibuka phela ngoba isadlala, but it's not pleasant.
Do you see Sundowns lifting CAF Champions League this season?
No, it's not in my dream.
Do you see Sundowns winning the league this season?
It will depend on what a Pirate and the Chiefs are serious. If they are serious, there's nothing against Sundowns.
Nedbank Cup?
Nedbank Cup, by loser Masboma Cup. So I don't.
What do you mean by loser Masboma?
I don't even want to go there.
Well, kuzobonakala, but what we know for sure is that we are going to see you tomorrow when we watch you Orlando Pirates, and also on Sunday when we see Amakos against Izasco, Abafana Boktula no. Something will come out of that. Many Mamelodi Sundowns fans are not happy, and also analysts like Sipo are not happy. We are happy that you are here, and it could even be better if you could subscribe, share, and tell others ukuthi nathi sila and sikuphathele okungaphathwa abaningi when it comes to football and beyond. From mina mfana kamnika sikhaphela ucotha ijaba nabaxoxo komedla ihlangene ngithi I'm out of here. Suppose
it's a rep for us. See during the weekend CAF Confed and Betway Premiership. Both very important. Join us. Thank you.
See you later, Cardoso.